So let's just name that most people were never taught how to get organized. So the reason why organizing is such an enigma is because, again, most parents were just trying to keep their heads above water, right? They're like 24 years old. We think of them as big adults, but they're like, I'm barely keeping it together. So we weren't taught how to organize, and we certainly weren't taught how to organize for the volume of stuff we have now. So first and foremost, we need to learn how to organize. We need to learn and truly organizing is simple. In my experience, there are 10 steps for how you organize. And I've used these 10 steps in my private classes to teach thousands of people how to organize, because if you don't know these steps, you're literally flailing around. You kind of go into a room and you start to look at something, you find something that's interesting, you begin reading it, and then you're like, what was I doing? Oh no. So it's like,
or you do the thing I do where you go and you put it somewhere and then you get involved in that area.
Yeah,
and totally get sidetracked, and then
totally. So what I tell people is, if you can learn these 10 steps, it's one of the best things that you can experience and what you can do for yourself. And if your listeners want, they can download the list of 10 steps at organizingiseasy.com. And so starting there, just starting with, okay, great, how do I do this? And what that starts like, I won't bore you with all of the steps right now, but what I will say is the 3 questions that I mentioned earlier about your husband's office, that's the best place to start. Work room by room. Pick one room, set your intentions for that room, and get to work in there. And so what we really want to do is, a lot of times what happens is we look at a cluttered space and we just want to dive in. And by dive in, I mean, we take one item and we look at it and we're like, I don't know what to do with this. So I set it down. I'll grab something else. Oh, this is easy. I can do that. I don't like this. I'll just hold on to this for a second. It's like, it becomes this chaos in our like physical hands. So what I tell people is, when you start off creating categories, which is always the beginning step, what you want to do is you want to look at it like it's someone else's stuff. Pretend like you're at my house and you're helping me out. All you're looking for is broad categories. You are taking no action the first round of organizing. So you're basically just taking the items from that room and you are creating broad categories: office supplies, paperwork, tennis shoes, laundry, not clean laundry, dirty laundry, just clothing items. And then you're going to go back through each of those categories. Once you're done, create any subcategories that you need. And then you can start to make decisions like, ooh, I love this t-shirt. This is memorabilia. I'm going to put it in the attic with my memory box for my grandma. Ooh, this is stuff that's too small. I'm going to donate it. This is stuff that I love. And so you want to work in categories, because when I'm going through a giant room of stuff and I come across a lamp, I might be so into this lamp. I love this lamp. It's so beautiful. Not realizing that I have 7 other lamps and the one that I'm looking at is broken. So you need the context of all the similar items together if you're really going to make your decisions be meaningful. This saves time. Most people fight against this because they're like, what a waste of time. I'm just going to work slowly, one tiny object at a time. And it's like, please don't. Categorize everything first, then make your decisions. And then when it comes to setting up your systems, again, take time with this. It's not about like shoving stuff back in. What the goal of organizing is how am I going to use this in the future? Not how do I get this shoved away right now so I don't have to deal with it anymore, but how do I put this away in a way that it helps my future self to use it, so that I feel supported, so that I have what I need where I need it. A common organizing falsity is only have one home for everything. Sure, most of the time that's probably true, but I have 3 pairs of scissors in different locations in my home because there are 3 different locations where I use scissors from time to time. So there's nothing wrong with splitting it up, because the point is not to adhere to some strict organizing code of what you're supposed to do. It's to support you and your family in living your best life with as little barrier to entry to accessing the things that you need, where you need them, how you need them.